It may be a little hard to imagine. A soccer player with a white gown. A doctor with a soccer jersey. But Georgia State men's soccer player Jad Elkhalil's done it. Elkhalil shares his life of pursuing medicine as well as enjoying soccer.
My whole life I've grown up around soccer, and my dad will tell you the first time I ran was with a soccer ball at my feet, and that was just something in the household we always grew up around, playing it, watching it, whatever it was. So as many other players say, soccer was my first love. It's definitely been very rewarding for me as well. I've been able to learn a lot from it. So soccer definitely is a huge part of my life and where I've come to today, and I think it always will be.
For most people, dream changes hundreds of times while growing up, but that is not the case for Elkhalil.
So everyone always kind of laughs when I talk about this, because I've always had this dream of playing soccer, but at the same time I've always had this dream of being a doctor. So people are like, you're going in two different directions, but I've stuck with both of those dreams for like I said, up until I finished soccer now. And yeah, medicine's always been something I've wanted to do as well. I know I want to be a surgeon, hopefully. Specialty-wise, I know I'm really interested in cardiothoracic surgery, so heart surgery. But like I said, I could say anything right now, and in 2 years, 3 years, it'd be completely different. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, like I said, the most important thing, I really want to be a surgeon, hopefully. So.
Behind Elkhalil's passion for medicine are stories that determined his future. A doctor for everyone in everywhere.
Right, so my dad actually and my mother came from Lebanon early on. My dad came when he was 17 years old, not knowing anything, and he had to leave Lebanon because of a war. But previously, for about 3 years, he worked in the Red Cross during the war there. So I guess that was something that I grew up with. That was in my blood to do anything I can to help other people in whatever way possible. And even now, like, he's a lawyer, which has nothing to do with medicine, but still that he had it in him to do that. And at the same time, there's due to the war, my grandpa passed away, and like if he received the correct medical attention immediately, then his life could have been spared. But unfortunately, there were so many things going on at the time, and attention wasn't being able to be given to one person or the other. It was kind of all scattered around. So because of that, I just always had that passion to make sure that everyone gets the medical attention that they deserve, that, like I said, that I can do in my power, and then helping people in whatever way I can. And so that's what led me directly to wanting to pursue medicine.
With a compassionate heart and a huge passion, Elkhalil already has the experience of helping those in need of medical attention.
So with Global Medical Brigades, I think 2 summers ago, we had a 10-day trip to Honduras. And that was, I don't want to say life-changing, because, coming from Lebanon, having that background, you're always able to recognize people that aren't as receiving the attention that, we are lucky to receive here in the States. But Honduras was an amazing country. We had interaction with amazing people, and we had the pleasure of treating over 300 patients in 4 days there. So that was an incredible experience to go with Georgia State and the Global Medical Brigades chapter, and that I'll always keep with me.
Elkhalil says that there is a lot of people to be thankful for in his life, but among them are his family and close mentors.
I would say the most influential on me, obviously family-wise, would be my father and my brother. Just my father, purely because of what he went through coming into this country with nothing, not even knowing English, and then going through undergrad and law school, and growing to have the business that he has now. And then also my brother pursuing his dream of going into law school, and now he accepted his corporate lawyer position in Atlanta. Honestly, he's probably the toughest one on me, on the pitch and off the pitch. So a lot of people think that the coach is the toughest person on the player, but in my case, my brother was always the toughest one on me on the field, because I think out of everyone he knows my potential the most. So, and that goes for everything. Obviously, he's always the toughest on me, but that's out of him being a big brother. But outside of soccer, I think it would be, I worked and spoke closely with two doctors throughout the past couple years. Dr. Michel Shami, who is at Emory, and then there's Dr. Rami Arfoush. They're both really close mentors for me. I think I've learned a lot from them about medicine and about things outside of medicine. And they're probably the two people outside of my family that I look up to the most.
With his bittersweet emotions about graduation, Elkhalil says that he feels ready and more than prepared to start the next chapter.
So it's definitely tough. Being a student athlete, I think the time conflicts that we always have to deal with, taking tests on the road and missing homework assignments or doing them on the bus at 12 a.m. right after a game. But it's definitely taught me a lot, and it's been a lot more challenging than I ever anticipated it to be. But at the end, like I said, I think it's been a really good experience, especially being here with the guys that I was with the coaching staff and with the department, the whole department. I think it was a really good experience.
Elkhalil has the heart and willingness to use his power to make sure everyone gets proper medical attention. May his dream come true, and therefore may this world become a better place. For Primetime Sports, I'm Gawon Bae.